Today is a big day. You might be wondering why it's a big day. Well, today is going to be a big day because today is the first day that I use epoxy resin. Now, most of the stuff that I know, which is really nothing, it's pretty toxic and that it shouldn't be used without supervision. And let's just get right to it. So first of all, we need a bucket for this. So let's just go and get one. Oh. Now, I didn't really tell you what I was gonna do with the resin. So, let me explain it to you. I will have a bucket and I will have my hands in it. But once I do that, I am going to pour the resin, but I'm not gonna have any heat gun or anything to stop the bubbles because I'm actually going to drill a hole in the middle of each arm and put lights. So the first thing we need to do is make the silicone cast. The kind of silicone cast that I bought was a powder that we had to mix with water. So first we're pouring this and then we're gonna pour water next. When we started stirring it, we noticed that there wasn't enough, so we decided to put a little bit more of both the powder and the water. After a couple seconds of stirring it, I needed to put my hands in, or at least get my hands ready for the shape that I wanted it to stay in. Once I dipped my hands into this liquid, it felt like regular water being dipped into. So it wasn't that much of a crazy reaction, it was just me trying to keep my hands together and trying not to move them as much as possible. After around 10 to 15 minutes of drying, I decided to start pulling them out. I didn't want to mess up the cast, so in any means necessary, I just decided to take my time and try to take it out as slowly as possible. Okay, now we're gonna pour the epoxy resin, and there's two liquid substances that we have to mix together, so that's exactly what we're gonna do. Once we finish pouring this last cup, we can just start leaving it for 24 hours. It has been 24 hours, and if you see, it's sort of drying up. So we have to wait another 24 hours until we can actually start working with it. It's been 48 hours since we've last messed with this thing. So I am going to drain out some water because the water started spewing out part of the silicone. So once I do that, we can start actually removing the epoxy itself. Okay, so first thing that we need to do is dump this thing out. It'll start slowly slipping out. Not slowly, but so weird. Feels so weird. I don't want to get the actual resin cut. I want to cut around and make sure that I don't leave any marks on this. So what I'm going to be doing is cutting around the silicone mold, not all the way, just in case. But now I just move it a little bit just to see. Once I do, I can start cutting it. The fingertips are a little bit broken, but I mean, I could deal with that. So, after seeing the final product, it did reach my expectation. It did leave a few marks where it didn't fill in all the way. And that was more focusing on the reason of gravity. It didn't fill it all the way just because it didn't reach it. Although, another thing is that I didn't file the fingers because they're still rough, but this is because I am going to be doing this for the second part of this video. For now, this is how it turned out, so I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. But once again, if you did enjoy, leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Today is a big day. Can they see my face? No, right? Yeah. Okay.
Stop lifting it higher.
Okay. It's been 40. Well. No, you can stop recording.